Guys, now I'm just currently doing a kind of like a pre-alignment for this thing, because I never did the alignment after I replaced all the suspension parts on this thing. So I have this thing jacked up a little bit, so the tire is off. The weight is off the tire. And what I did is I already adjusted the guide rod. Basically, well, I didn't adjust it, but when I was putting a new one in, I was counting the threads. So this way, I'm kind of like close to the spec pretty much. So I didn't do anything to the guide rods, but I adjusted the camber. The way I adjusted the camber is first, when the car was on the ground, I grabbed this guy, and this guy I would just, let's see, let me flip this guy. So I put it on the center like this of the tire, and can't really do it now, but I'm gonna show it to you. Because right now it's off because it's not sitting on the ground. The tire all the weight of the car has to be on this tire. So, but the way you do it is you set this tool like that, and you just basically make sure that this bubble is in the middle pretty much. So when it's in the middle, then it means you're good. Also when you adjust the camber, make sure you shake the car up and down when you lower the car all the way. So I'm currently adjusting the toe, and I have there's a 22mm nut right there, all the way there, so you have to loosen that up, and you have to loosen this kind of like a clamp. It's a 13mm bolt and a nut, and then basically this shaft, you can turn it by hand when the when this tire is off the ground. You can easily turn it by hand without any tools or pipe wrenches or anything. Yes, I'm currently working on that, and it's a little difficult to do it with these wheels. I should have brought those original wheels back and put them on, because these ones are staggered. So this guy is, let's see, 205 50 15, and the ones in the rear are 225 50 15, I believe. So it's a little difficult to do the alignment like that if you're doing it yourself. But yeah, let me show you where you can adjust your camber. So looking from under the car, there's my spring and shock and all that, and as you remember, I replaced those bushings on the lower control arm. So the way you do it is you loosen that nut, it's a lock nut, and then you spin the bolt on the other side, and this way it moves the control arm in and out. And this is really important, before you do the toe adjustment, you have to adjust your caster and camber, because I was just adjusting the camber on that side, and when the control arm was moving that way, literally I could see that the wheel was pretty much almost straight, but when I adjusted the camber to spec, the wheel moved this way. So adjusting the camber also changes the toe angles. So first do your caster and camber adjustments. Yeah, so that's gonna be that. And also remember that when you when you tighten back that nut, when you're done with the camber adjustment, make sure this tire is on the ground and all the weight is on the ground, because if you're gonna tighten this bushing, when this tire is in the air, then you're gonna lower the car, and it like twists your bushing, and it creates like a premature wear to it. So before you do that, you actually have to lower the car all the way, and then when the car is all the way lowered, you tighten that and you're good to go. Luckily, you know, it's you know, the height of the car is high enough so you can crawl underneath, you know, because, you know, if you have like a lowered car, you know, then it's gonna be difficult to, you know, go crawl underneath and tighten it. But yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna go back to that toe adjustment, and yeah, I'm gonna do the both sides. You know, it's not gonna be perfect, probably first time, but you know, I'm gonna readjust it and, you know, see how it is. And but right now I basically know that my camber is perfect, and I'll show you why. I'm gonna drop this and use my angle measurement here, and I'll show you that it's pretty much in spec. Guys, just so you can see, let me show you this jack is out. I'm gonna show you my camber angle. The spec is, I think it was a 0 or something, so when I put it, set it like that, perfectly on the center, as you can see, this bubble is pretty much in the middle, so that's what we're looking for. And again, make sure you check your camber angle when it's all the way on the ground, because once you start lifting the car, it's gonna change, because not all the weight is gonna be on the tire. So anyway, so this side is pretty much done, and just to show you on the other side, you see how this one is towed out? That happened after I was moving my control arm out in order to adjust my camber, and you see what happened to the toe? Yeah. And this side is pretty good, so I'm gonna go to the other side. Again, it's not gonna be perfect right now. I did use a string, but it's a little difficult. Like I said, you know, these wheels are staggered, and you know, one of them sticks out more than the other. So I'm gonna go and adjust. I already did both sides. I adjusted the camber on both sides, but now I'm gonna adjust the toe here, and I'm gonna finish adjusting the toe on that side. Alright, so I'm in this corner now. Just want to show you the camber angle. Let's see if I can go in here and show you. So I'm gonna lift it off the ground and gonna make it somewhat centered. And you can see that bubble that's pretty much in the middle right there. So my camber is good on both sides, and I already adjusted the toe, and so that's pretty much it with the alignment. I'm gonna take it for a test drive, but it's probably still gonna need some alignment adjustments, but at least, you know, caster and camber is pretty much good to go.